For years, I thrived in the high-pressure business world, but the workaholic life finally caught up with me. I was 35, very overweight, in chronic pain with severe mobility issues, terrible diet, no exercise. My health was a complete wreck. Then I went to a gentle yoga class and felt truly relaxed. The stress just melted away. I went from a size 18 to a size 8. I stopped getting sick. Pain disappeared. I learned to open my heart and I felt happy for the first time in years. So I said goodbye to the business world and started teaching. Yoga doesn't have to be strenuous. The easiest movements can trigger major release of chronic symptoms, no matter your age.
Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems.
Hello, I'm Deborah Devine, and that was my story. Real problems solved by gentle yoga. Today we're using gentle yoga to relieve symptoms of low blood pressure, like dizziness, blurred vision, and to improve overall circulation. Simple floor poses will get refreshing breath to underserviced areas. Then we come to standing and get things pumping with some active movement before soaking in that new energy in tranquility pose. Anyone can do this practice regardless of ability. You don't have to overexert yourself to bring about change. Let's start the healing. Joining me today, Nina. Hi, Nina. Nina's been dealing with low blood pressure her whole life, and she finds she gets dizzy. And Christine. Hi, Christine. Christine's experienced fainting because of her low blood pressure. Let's begin with a warm-up. We're coming down onto the ground for Viloma 1 pranayama. Now we come down onto these folded blankets, just creating a nice line so that the spine can rest and then the ribs can fall off. The back of the neck and the head are also supported. And then we let the legs come out one at a time. Let yourself bring the shoulder blades down the back and in behind the heart, opening up some room in the collarbones, and surrender. When we're working with low blood pressure, we need to work very carefully with the inhalations. The inhalations are actually helping us raise the blood pressure up. We're going to work with Viloma 1, the interrupted in-breaths. We begin with an out-breath, and we pause at the end of the complete out-breath. And then we inhale into the lower part of the belly and pause. Then we continue to inhale into the middle part of the belly and pause. And then we inhale into the rest of the chest and pause at the top of the in-breath. And then we exhale, low belly, middle belly, and chest. And then we pause. And then another in-breath comes along, coming into the low belly, filling up the middle belly, and then coming into the upper part of the chest, pausing at the top of the in-breath, and then exhaling from the low belly, middle belly, and the upper part of the chest. Pause. And then inhale into the lower belly. Pause. Inhale into the middle belly. Pause. Inhale into the upper part of the chest. Pause at the top of the in-breath, and then exhale. Please continue to enjoy Viloma 1, interrupted in-breaths. And when we come back in a few moments, we'll be doing more breath practices for low blood pressure. Inhaling, low belly. Pause. Middle belly.
Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems.
Hi, my name is Nina. I'm 71 years old, and I have low blood pressure. I think I've probably had it all my life. When you get up very suddenly, you just go dizzy and faint, and I go, whoa. And it actually happened to me yesterday. I was trying to do my weights. I lay down to do some weight exercises, and all of a sudden, I just got so dizzy and nauseous and hot, and I just had to lie down. I felt so awful. I'm not quite sure what causes it. I think exercise probably helps. I'm hoping the yoga will do something, I don't know, that will stabilize this blood pressure.
Welcome back. In today's episode, we're using our gentle yoga practice to help us with low blood pressure. Nina, that episode you had yesterday must have been so scary.
It was. I got so nauseous and dizzy and faint. I didn't know what to do. It was awful.
Wow. It's so interesting because our gentle yoga practice is accessing the blood pressure in a very soft way. And there are some exercise routines that are very vigorous, and it can be quite overwhelming when we're dealing with low blood pressure. So these next poses are going to bring our blood pressure up in a very safe and gentle way. So let's come down into butterfly, Baddha Konasana, for Kapalabhati, the shining skull breath. We sit on a bolster so that the hips can be higher than the knees to let the back be more comfortable. We come onto the front of the sit bones, and then we bring the soles of the feet together. Experiment with where it feels more comfortable, maybe moving the feet away from the perineum or closer together. Then we place our hands anywhere it feels comfortable, maybe the hands on the knees or the shins. We have a Kleenex on standby. We're going to have strong out snorts through the nose. We're exhaling completely and taking the belly organs back toward the front of the spine, and that energy is coming up and out through the nostrils. This is going to give us a really clear brain. Let's begin. Now rest. Just feel the energy that you've cultivated here in this breath practice and feel the prana settling into all of your cells. Kapalabhati is an excellent way to help us raise our blood pressure in a very gentle way. These are very intense breath practices, so we just go until we feel like we need to stop, and then we just rest, recover, and begin again. Let's go for round 2. Feel yourself grounding through the sit bones. Lift the front of the spine. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. Take a long, slow, smooth out breath. A long, slow, smooth in breath. And begin. And rest. Now, we'll engage Jalandhara Bandha, the chin lock. Take a long, slow, smooth in breath, engaging Mula Bandha. It comes to the top of the chest. Drop the chin down, hold that breath, and feel the prana supercharging inside the chest. And then release and take another in breath and another out breath. Now, next exhalation, engage Mula Bandha, that perineum lift, the Kegel. And then the in-breath, you're going to still maintain Mula Bandha. Fill the whole torso with prana. At the top of the in-breath, take the chin down to the jugular notch, hold that in-breath in, and feel prana circulating around the torso, supercharging. And then exhale slowly. Now let's come down into baby cobra. We come onto the belly. And we go to the upper leg bones and we rotate them inwardly. The knees are pointing in, toes are pointing in, and we're up on the elbows, moving the ribs away from the top of the hips. This is giving the low back lots of room and allowing the SI joints to feel very comfortable. Then we come down with the forehead on the ground. The palms are just below the armpits, and the fingers are spread nice and wide. Keep the shoulder blades moving down the back, and open up through the collarbones. Now, in breath, press down into the fingers, press down into the pubis symphysis and the hip points, and lift the heart. Keep the shoulder blades moving down the back. Energize the arms and keep the elbows in. Long, slow, smooth in and out breaths. Squeeze the whole back line of the body. We're massaging the adrenal glands on the top of the kidneys. In many situations, we're dealing with adrenal fatigue that's causing low blood pressure. So we're gently massaging the adrenal glands and the kidneys. Now, next out breath that comes along, let yourself come down. Take the hands and stack the arms and rest the forehead. Now let's come up for round 2. Reset the legs, rotate them inwardly, giving the SI joints a little bit more room. And then come up on the elbows and move the ribs away from the top of the hips. And then come down. Fingers are spread nice and wide. They're underneath the armpits. Draw the elbows in and broaden through the collarbones. Inhale. Press the pubis symphysis and the hip points down. Squeeze the glutes and raise the heart. Open up through the collarbones. Lengthen the back of the neck and take your gaze forward. Long, slow, smooth in-breaths. Long, slow, smooth, and complete out-breaths here. Engage the muscles of the back. Bring the shoulder blades together. And then exhale. Come down. Stack the arms and rest the forehead. Let's come up for round 3. Coming up on the elbows, resetting the foundation of the pose, and then spreading the fingers nice and wide. Draw the shoulder blades down the back, open up through the collarbones, and really keep the elbows in. Let the head come forward to the floor, and then energize the glutes. Press down into the pubis symphysis and the hip points. Press down into the fingers and lift the heart. Energize the arms. Broaden through the shoulder shelf. Exhale completely. Feel the whole back line really energized. Then we come down, stacking the arms and resting the forehead. Please continue to enjoy baby cobra pose here on your belly for the next few minutes. And when we come back, we'll have more yoga solutions for low blood pressure.
Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems.
Hello, I'm Christine. I'm in my mid-50s, and I've been suffering with low blood pressure for my whole life, ever since I started getting my blood pressure checked. The doctors have always said, oh, that's kind of low. And I said, well, it's better than high. Well, not necessarily. It's not, because I'm prone to fainting. I'm prone to mood swings. My thyroid could be affected. There's so many things. Normal blood pressure is 120 over 80, and mine is about 90 over 60. So that's just borderline on being safe. So I could faint at any time, but I won't, because I feel okay right now. And I'm hoping that healing yoga can help me with this.
Welcome back. In today's episode, we're using gentle yoga to help us with low blood pressure. Christine, you're such a busy event planner. Have you ever fainted at work?
Actually, I have, but what happens is I was working at a venture capital company, and they were having all their board of directors in, all of their clients, and I arranged this huge meeting which took place all over Toronto, and it got time for dinner. I made sure everything was perfect, everybody was happy, and then I went into another room and fell on the floor.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, these next poses are going to be very good at establishing a higher blood pressure so that you can enjoy your life without worrying about fainting at the most inopportune times. So now, let's come down for sun breaths. We come to Tadasana, the mountain pose. The feet are about hip width apart, heels out, toes in. Energize the legs, hug muscle to bone. Energize the pelvic girdle and come back onto the heels and rest toward the back plane of the body. Hands in front of the heart center. Inhale the arms out and up, reaching. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhaling, really moving the fingers. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Inhaling, reaching out through the shoulders. Exhaling, into heart center. One more time. This is a wonderful way to raise our blood pressure in a very gentle way. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Now we're going to take some warrior poses. Take the right foot forward and take the left foot back. And just have a look and see if your feet are making some kind of a line. The heel of the front foot could be making a line right into the arch of the back foot. Press down into the baby toe side of the back foot and engage all of the muscles of this back leg. The heel is pressing down into the ground, and we're moving the knee directly above the ankle. Engage the front muscles and squeeze. Go to the glutes, engage, squeeze the sit bones together. Feel this wonderful opening up of the hips. Inhale the arms up. And then we're going to look over the front hand, draw the shoulder blades down the back, and spread the fingers nice and wide. Long, slow, smooth in-breath. Press down into the heel of the front foot. Long, slow, smooth, and complete out-breath. Then we take the back hand onto the back leg, and we turn the front arm over and lift as we inhale and open up the front ribs. Long, slow, smooth in-breath. Long, slow, smooth out-breath. And then we come back down into warrior. Now we're coming into side angle pose. We're dropping the head of this front femur and lifting the pelvis so that it comes up and over. We're reaching, then the elbow comes to the knee. Make sure that the knee is directly above the ankle to keep the knee safe. Take that bottom arm and swing it down, and then lift it up and create this wonderful line from the baby toe side of the foot all the way up to the pinky finger. Draw the shoulder blade down the back and turn your gaze to look up into the inner elbow. Exhale completely, engage Mula Bandha. Feel the belly come to the front spine. Squeeze the glutes together. Inhale, really reach the arm out and spread the fingers. Then, coming back into warrior two, bringing the arms down, and we'll go to the opposite side. Inhale the arms out and up. Exhale, reach. Now we'll take the back hand onto the back leg, rotate the front arm, and rise the arm up on the in-breath. Long, slow, smooth in-breath. Long, slow, smooth, and complete out-breath. Then, arm comes back down into warrior two. And then, drop the front femur. Let the pelvis come up and over. Reach, and then let the elbow rest on the front knee. Top arm swings down, and we create this wonderful line from the back baby toe side of the foot to the pinky finger. Draw the shoulder blade down the back and look up into the inner elbow. Then back into warrior two. Squeeze the glutes and then press the front foot forward. These warrior variations are excellent for helping us raise our blood pressure. Now let's come back to sun breaths. Straighten the front knee, turn the toes forward, and bring the feet back into midline. Hands to heart center. Inhale, open, lift, exhale, hands to heart. Please continue to enjoy these sun breaths for the next few minutes. And when we come back, we'll have more yoga solutions for low blood pressure.
Healing Yoga. Yoga for real people with real problems.
Drink many glasses of water throughout the day. Hydration can alleviate low blood pressure. Also, eat several smaller meals a day to avoid sharp drops in pressure. Welcome back. In today's episode, we've been using our gentle yoga to help us with low blood pressure. We've been using the breath to help raise the blood pressure, and we've also been refreshing the kidneys and the adrenals. We've been using our legs to help really get some circulation going, and you should be feeling pretty good right now. You should be feeling very energized. Now we're going to continue with that pattern, and we're going to be coming into hero pose, and we'll be coming up and down, pumping more blood through the body. So we're sitting on our legs, and we're going to be using the quadriceps, the front leg muscles, to help us come up with the help of the glutes. Inhale, energize the legs, energize the glutes, and come up. Exhale, come down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, come down. Christine has a blanket to modify this and make it more comfortable for her. Exhale, come down. Inhale, rise, energize the glutes. Yes. Exhale, come down. Now, let's lie down for a final Shavasana. We take the feet a little bit further away from the midline, and we draw the shoulder blades down the back one at a time. We shake the legs out, and we rest the pelvis, we rest the shoulder blades, and we rest the back of the head. Long, slow, smooth in-breath into the neck, the face, the eyes, the brain. Breathing in light and spaciousness. Exhaling tension exhaling, holding. Letting the bottom jaw come away from the top jaw. The forehead comes back to the crown. The brain sinks to the back of the skull. Please continue to enjoy Shavasana for at least another 15 minutes. And we'll see you again next time on Healing Yoga. Namaste.